Hi everyone, it's Bossa, and today we're gonna travel from amateur Hawaii all the way to pro Boiler Room. Let's find out who they are and learn a lesson or two, shall we? First stop is Jakaii from Hawaii and his progressive house. Next is Billie Clements from Liverpool with tech and house classics. And finally, FJAAK in Boiler Festival, techno. Alright, let's start with Jakaii. I call this set, when is the next flight home? Because the whole thing was quite amateur, and you can tell even by the length of the set, it's only half an hour, and usually half an hours are squeezed tight, and there's no way you can expect the flow of the set whatsoever. So I'll give him a minus for rushed swaps from A to B, as there were like 70% of them. But I'll give him a big plus for confidence. As you can see by the graph, it's quite flat with dips here and there. But my favorite part of the set was last few tracks, because he actually let them to be heard fully. Like the first 20 minutes were chopped and sabotaged, and the last two tracks were almost full presentation. It's funny to find too many disasters in such a short period of time. It's just 30 minutes, it's not enough. You gotta do an hour at least. Let me show you some examples so you can judge for yourself what the set looks like. At 1:30, we're experiencing abrupt swap. Better than anything and everything you have done. This is when you're tired of the track, I guess, and you just decided to switch to the next one. And here you're looking at 5-second mix. What the hell is this? $18.40, and it's a disaster. And upon mix, we fell from such power down. And here, I don't know what happened, but something definitely glitched out. And on 24:20, we have a terrible timing to mix. He realized himself that he messed up and laughs. As you can see, quite a few mistakes. Some of the mixes are quite rushed, and I've noticed young DJs, they do that. They do it short, and they don't let the songs breathe. It's like his flight is in 1 hour, and he needs to leave, so he needs to bang out and run to the cab to catch that flight. So the only advice I would give him, work on your upward mobility and find a better mixing spots. And also make sure your mix is at least 30 seconds long, my advice. Minutes, even better. It makes it very smooth and long. If you can handle the beat match and all that, it shouldn't be a problem. That would improve your whole set entirely. And next time, do it as an hour. 30 minutes, ain't gonna cut it. Let's get down to points for track selection. I'll give him 7. Performance and journey, 6. Confidence carries, big time. And for mixing, I'll give him 4. Let's move on to the next contestant. Right, next contestant is Billie Clements. And I call her set Mashup Queen. Unfortunately, Billie messed up right at the beginning on a 3rd minute. she was fiddling with the master volume, and for some reason the gain went up and the whole mix sounded like on a hardcore speaker, if you know what I mean. So it was very hard to listen to her performance. But I did it anyway. Unless she did it on purpose, but I doubt it. I don't think she heard properly the monitor or something. Because it just blew the brains out. I'll give her plus for confidence, but it's just not enough. Some mashups were out of key, so they just didn't sound nice. The whole mix is great for some crappy bar or a pub where people are wasted, and by consuming alcohol you can adjust that level of quality of the music itself, but not more than that. I'm telling you, what a mess. It's impossible to listen, forget about to enjoy. I'll show a few highlights in a moment. Only the last 2 tracks were played fully. Otherwise, the rest of it was quite chopped, rushed in places, and swapped with quite fast transitions. As you can tell by the graph, it's more or less flat with a couple of dips here and there. To see those dips, well, let's jump into the highlights. I'm not sure if it's a mashup or it's an actual mix, but either way, it doesn't sound well. It seems like 2 melodies are just off key, the voice and the next track. Here she fiddled with the master volume and somehow she managed to sabotage the gain for entire mix. At 2150, it's a poor transition with the dirty lyrics as well. Try to avoid these type of tracks as they are quite inappropriate. Here I just wanted to give up and I said to myself, that's it, stop, I'm out of here. At 26, the gain is higher than ever and it's absolute cacophony. This is when Billie had a swift transition from A to B within a second. On 42, my ear starts to bleed and I'm out of here. Not even singular transition excited me throughout the whole set. The advices I can give her is work on upward mobility, work on better mixing transitions, and don't fiddle with master volume because precisely here you can see that you might just can't hear that it's all messed up. And there's no one that is going to tell you unless someone actually cares and going to tap you on the shoulder, especially if you're in a club, because all that powerful hour can go down the drain. But I appreciate anyway for uploading this mix. At least we can learn from what not to do in the future. So for track choices, I'll give her 4. Performance, I'll give her 3. And for mixing, it's a sad 4. So in total, it's 3.6, unfortunately. Maybe her other mixes are better, but this one is just sad. We're moving on. And finally, we end up this episode with FJAAK. I call their set Techno 90s. It's quite interesting music they got there. A lot of tracks are their own. I haven't heard anything like it before. There's techno, but it has touches of sounds of like electronic sounds of 90s. It's quite interesting. I recommend everyone to have a go. As you can see by the graph, it's slowly progressing up. It's more or less zigzaggy, but the whole energy is slowly upwards. It seems like a fun festival with very intense music. And these boys are non-stop smoking and drinking beer. I gotta say, they perform pretty well on an intoxication level. For my liking, the last track was I Wanted More, because this is actually when the party kicked in. Like the whole journey was a huge teaser. Sadly, the Boiler Room stopped there. I want to see them more in the future, how they perform. It's a very interesting set. For them, definitely 1 hour of Boiler Room is not enough. They need 6 hours, at least. So let's see what's Mr. Smoker and Mr. Drunky Drunkerson have in store for us. On the 4th minute, we have a rude build-up with the shady beat match. Finally, here the bass is overtaking the crowd.
You wanna smoke something?
No one knows what happened, but for some reason the music stopped there for a second. Oh yeah, and 22:40, the party begins, finally. Let me tell you, Chop with the Silence creates amazing momentum. $38.40 was kind of garbage. I don't know. It had a poor effect on the whole idea. Here we're experiencing sick filler moment followed by bass. Unfortunately, this is the end of the set, but for my liking, the party just begun. As you can see, pretty incredible stuff. A lot of moments that are very unique, successful, and sounds great, I gotta say. They didn't have any mistakes, nothing major, a few electrical malfunctions, but overall it's pretty good performance. I'm not gonna advise them anything as they're doing great job. They're enjoying what they're doing, and that's probably the main thing of life. So for track choices, I'll give him solid 9. Performance and journey, 8. And for mixing skills, 9. In total, they got 8.6. You guys are amazing, absolute legends. Keep on doing what you're doing. Beautiful stuff. And of course, the main question remains, will I ever listen to these sets again? Jakaii? No, you have a long way to go. Billie Clements? Unfortunately, no. I'll try maybe to listen to something else from your selection, but this is a disaster. FJAAK, definitely I'll listen to you guys again. So as you can see, you can learn quite a few things from other DJs. It doesn't matter you're amateur or pro. It's important to notice the minor things, as the small things matter, as they can change your moods, your behavior, and your performance. Please subscribe to the channel comment below and like the video. And I'll see you next time with another 3 independent DJs. Yours truly, Boss Alive. Adios, amigos. Ciao.